Genesis 1, the birth of consciousness. Before the world, there was I Am. Literal story. In the opening of Genesis, God speaks creation into existence. Light separates from darkness, waters divide, land and vegetation appear, stars fill the sky, creatures fill the seas, and humankind is formed in God's image. On the seventh day, God rests, seeing that all is good. Decode. Genesis 1 is not a creation story. It is a map of consciousness coming online. Nothing here is about planets, stars, or ancient cosmology. Everything here is about you becoming aware of yourself as the source. This chapter describes what happens every time a new state of being is entered. 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. The beginning is not time. It is awareness awakening to itself. God does not create from nothing. God becomes aware, and awareness, once aware, must express. Heaven is the inner realm of imagination. Earth is the outer projection of that inner state. This is not a choice. It is law. The moment consciousness knows itself, manifestation follows automatically. Creation is not effort, it is inevitability. 2. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. Before form, there is potential. Before identity, there is pure being. The void is not absence, it is unconditioned awareness. Darkness is not evil, it is unseen possibility. The deep is the subconscious, infinite, receptive, neutral, and the spirit moving upon the waters. That is attention. Where attention rests, form must arise. 3. And God said, "Let there be light." Light is perception. Awareness turning inward and recognizing itself. This is the first distinction. I am aware. Light does not eliminate darkness, it reveals it. Consciousness does not fight the void. It illuminates it, and the void organizes itself. 4 to 5. God divided the light from the darkness, and called the light day, and the darkness night. This is not moral separation, it is contrast. Day equals conscious knowing. Night equals subconscious gestation. Both are required. Nothing manifests without passing through darkness first. This is deterministic rhythm. Awareness, rest, expression, return. You do not choose this cycle. You are this cycle. 6 to 8. Let there be a firmament, to divide the waters from the waters. The firmament is belief. It separates inner possibility, upper waters, outer experience, lower waters. Belief is not something you create, it is something you occupy. Reality arranges itself under belief automatically. No effort, no force, just alignment. 9 to 10. Let the dry land appear. Form emerges when consciousness stabilizes. Dry land is identity, something solid enough to stand on. You do not build yourself, you arrive at yourself, and once identity is assumed, the world reshapes to confirm it. 11 to 13. Let the earth bring forth grass, yielding seed after its kind. Creation is self-replicating. Each state reproduces itself, each assumption multiplies. Seeds do not question whether they will grow. They contain certainty. Manifestation follows what something is, not what it hopes to be. 14 to 18. Let there be lights in the firmament for signs and seasons. Sun and moon are governing principles. Sun equals dominant state, day consciousness. Moon equals reflective mind, night conditioning. They do not create light, they regulate experience. Your moods do not control reality. Your state does. Time itself bends around consciousness. Seasons are internal. 2023. Let the waters bring forth life abundantly. Life multiplies once awareness becomes expressive. Movement, creativity, emotion, desire, these are not distractions. They are evidence that consciousness is alive. Nothing here is accidental. Everything arises because it must. 24 to 25. Let the earth bring forth living creatures after their kind. Each level of consciousness produces its own environment. You cannot experience outside your state. You cannot meet what you are not prepared to recognize. Reality is not random. It is consistent. 26 to 27. Let us make man in our image. This is the apex revelation. Human is not separate from God. Human is God localized. To have dominion does not mean control, it means correspondence. What you assume inwardly governs outwardly not because you decide it should, but because it cannot be otherwise. 28 to 30. Be fruitful and multiply. I have given you every herb. Provision is inherent. Nothing is missing. Nothing is withheld. The world already contains what the state requires. Seeking is unnecessary once knowing stabilizes. 31. And God saw everything, and it was very good. Creation is not judged morally, it is recognized as complete. This is the rest. Not because work was hard, but because nothing more is needed. When consciousness knows itself, effort ends. The revelation, Genesis 1, is not about how the world began. It is about how you begin again and again every time you occupy a state. You are not manifesting, you are witnessing inevitability. Reality does not respond to desire, it responds to being. God's will is not something imposed upon you, it is what you already are unfolding lawfully. Nothing is out of place. Nothing is late. Nothing is random. Creation did not happen then. Creation is happening now as awareness reads these words and recognizes itself in them. And that recognition? That is light. Affirmations. I do not create by effort, I create by being. What I am aware of as true arranges itself effortlessly in my world. Nothing in my life is accidental. Every experience unfolds in perfect correspondence with the state I inhabit. Journal prompts. Where in my life am I still trying to make something happen, instead of recognizing what is already inevitable from the state I'm occupying? If my current reality is a faithful mirror, what does it reveal about who I already believe myself to be?